With the Warriors taking down the Pelicans in Game 1 of the Western Conference semifinals, this Warriors Sound review looks back at the 123-101 victory, featuring a franchise playoffs record 76 points from the Warriors in the first half. I'm Lawrence Scott, and we start by listening in to some of Kevin Durant's comments in the postgame.
We just got stops. We slowed down a bit. I mean, they got loose in transition a couple times early on. Etuan Moore, really great cutter, got a couple easy shots in transition. AD hit some tough shots early on as well. So we just got to stay, disciplined and don't get discouraged when they make those shots, and get back on defense as quick as possible.
Kevin, how much do some of the hustle plays, Draymond flying out of bounds to try to save a ball, I mean, how much do those lead to the stops and the defense keying the transition game?
Well, Draymond's key, his energy and his intensity is key for us, and it definitely helps us when we're at home as well, because the fans know who Draymond is, and they're looking for that every time down from him. And once he does it, you can just hear the crowd just roaring, and it's almost like when Steph get a wide open three, the crowd you hear the crowd about to explode. The same thing happens when Draymond, hustles out of bounds, get a block, does a great job and get a steal. The crowd enjoys that, and I think we feed off our crowd. And he was great tonight.
Pelicans head coach Alvin Gentry weighed in afterward with his take on Game 1.
You got to give them credit, because they're in a situation where they create mistakes. Defensively they do a lot of things, and if you're not, and then on the offensive end, we talk to our guys about you have to be very disciplined against this team. They're so good at executing and reading situations that if you're not good at it, they're going to take advantage of what you do. And excuse me, but obviously if you give up you got to avoid the runs, and they had the 24-2 run, and against this team, all it does is fuel them and put you in a really tough situation.
Coach, following up on that, how much of Golden State's defensive flexibility is based on Draymond Green?
Well, I mean, he's a tremendous player. He's a really smart player. But their whole team, they've got great size. Everybody they stick out there is 6'7", 6'8", or bigger, and they're very smart players. Obviously, Draymond afford them a situation where they can do a lot of different things, and they can play them on a lot of different players. So, the bottom line is that he almost had a triple-double before halftime. So that's not a good situation for us.
And finally, two former Warriors, Antoine Jamison and Derek Fisher, were on set for NBA TV's Game Time, along with Matt Weiner and Vinny Del Negro for their breakdown.
You heard Rajon Rondo saying they missed some wide-open looks that they might normally hit, and maybe that's the result of the rust that comes with not being in a game rhythm.
Well, if you're a team, you'd rather have a week off than playing Game 7 and having a quick turnaround. So, right. Pick your poison. So I guarantee you that they are happy that they did finish business with Portland there in the first round, and they was able to rest and really refocus, refresh the batteries. You just came up against the defending champions. They was clicking on all cylinders offensively. The next step from Game 1 to Game 2, make the proper adjustments, get things going. It's going to be interesting. Coach Gentry said he still wants the pace to be really quick. Can you still make the same adjustment and still be successful with playing at a fast pace?
So in terms of what has to change here, is it a simple matter of execution? Is it strategic? Or is it cleaning up some of the mental mistakes that both Alvin Gentry and his players were talking about?
I think it's all of the above. I mean, a little bit of everything. I mean, you have to be on your A game against Golden State, because they are going to pick you apart. They're going to score the basketball. They're going to make you look bad because of their ball and body movement on offense and the way they can shoot the three. So can't have the turnovers, have to execute better, have to guard better, have to do a lot of things that New Orleans didn't do tonight. Whether they were off a week, 2 weeks, a day, well, it doesn't matter. They lost the game. Watch some film tomorrow. Talk about the defense in the second quarter. Let that get under their skin a little bit and see if they come out a little bit more aggressive, a little hungrier, and see if they can manage their mistakes and put some pressure on Golden State in Game 2.
You were talking about the pace earlier. Alvin Gentry's made it pretty clear he plans to continue playing fast moving forward. So what else can he tweak?
I think staying with the pace if they're comfortable doing that, then stick with what got them there for sure. But being able to do that against this team is going to be more difficult than anything they've ever seen. The possessions defensively, the breakdowns, the mistakes, the wide open layups and dunks, definitely have to tighten those things up. But I still think more offense, even if the pace is up. Pace is not just running down the court to shoot the quickest shot.
Right.
Pace is also in throwing sharp passes, cutting hard, driving the ball with intensity and pace. So there's still ways to play with pace. That doesn't mean giving your opponent more possessions. And against the Warriors, you're just in trouble if they get 90 to 100 shots up plus 30 trips to the free throw line.
Right.
There's just no way to score enough points to beat them in that formula.
Again, Tuesday night, Game 2 at Oracle Arena, Warriors and Pelicans in the Western Conference semifinals. I'm Lawrence Scott, and this is Warrior Sound.